Good afternoon and welcome to InspireYourBestLife.com with Dr. Surajit Khanna. And I'd like to welcome our co-hosts, Valley Anderson and Priya Sani.
Good afternoon. I am Valley Anderson and welcome to Season 11's workshop for Inspire Your Best Life with Dr. Surajit Khanna. Dr. Khanna will take you on a journey, helping you plot a path for success to reach your own summit. He is also an attorney, a child safety advocate, a servant to the underserved, as well as the champion of returningyouth.com. I would like to introduce my co-host, Priya Sani, who will be sharing more information at the end of this discussion. This week's theme was focused on nutrition. Day 1, Dr. Khanna discussed on the 3 sources of energy. Day 2 was about balancing your diet, and Day 3 concentrated on setting realistic plans. Today, we will have an open discussion about the last 3 episodes, and at the end, Dr. Khanna will share his perspective. Welcome, Dr. Khanna.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Gary. Good afternoon, Valley, Priya, Saranthia, and we have Jaime from Idaho and Sammu and Sahi from New Jersey. Thank you for joining in for this wonderful workshop. Very interesting topic. Not many of us follow this, called nutrition, necessity of nutrition. And like Valley said, we did cover Monday the sources of energy. Now, Tuesday, we spoke about balancing your diet. And Wednesday, we spoke about realistic plan. Well, today's workshop, what I want to like to do, kind of see how each of you think about these 3 topics. Sources of energy. What sources do you take for getting the right energy from morning till whenever you go to bed, if you go to bed? I know most of you are college students, high school students. Bed is the last thing you look forward for it. I know that. So I would like to kind of have an open discussion from each of you to touch all these 3 topics. And I was also very thankful to Priya, who helped me in all these 3 days talking about the nutrition, because she has a biology background and she has a master's in her human physiology. So definitely human body works with proper nutrition. And I'm not a biologist and I'm not a medical doctor. And also we were thankful that last week in workshop, which was tailored towards sleep, we had Dr. Biverman, who is an MD, joined us and gave some highlights about importance of sleeping. So these 3 weeks which we are going is for our own benefit, our bodily benefit, how we take care of our body. So one of the very important elements of taking care of the body is having a proper diet. So what are the sources of energy? Again, let me open this floor up. So do you think either Valley or Priya, one of you would like to lead this floor so that you can engage everybody and try to get information about what are the different sources each of the participant, those who are on the workshop today, they can share?
Sure. So as we discussed in the season 11, we have macronutrients and we have micronutrients. So if we focus on macronutrients, they're, just to review, they're protein, carbohydrates, and fats. So maybe we can all kind of talk about what our diets are like individually, and we can kind of categorize, oh, this is kind of what I like to eat. That's a carb, protein, fat. Like for me, for example, I am vegan, so all my protein source comes from plant-based stuff. And if we think about proteins, there's 21 different amino acids, which are little building blocks of protein. So each source of protein has a different amount of each of the building blocks. So we have to make sure that we have a diverse kind of diet to make sure that you're getting all of the amino acids. That's if you're plant-based, because animal sources of protein have all of the amino acids in them. So yeah, it's just something that you have to be mindful of and kind of do your due diligence and look into, like, you know, what you're eating and read labels and do your research. So maybe we can.
What you started talking about, you've been vegan. So what is your source of energy every day? But what do you start eating in the morning till you go to bed? What kind of food could you kind of throw that up here?
Sure. So I typically like to eat just one meal a day. So, but in the morning I'll drink some green tea and maybe have some fruit if I'm hungry. And then for my meal, what I like to do is I like to use soy as my protein base because it's a complete protein, which means it has all the 21 amino acids. So I'll do something with that and then cook some vegetables and just eat either tofu or the stuff called TVP, which is textured vegetable protein.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to, you know, not eat many like processed carbs. For me, I just feel like they kind of drag me down and make me sleepy, not as energized.
So if you
and it
eat,
also, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
so if you only eat once a day, do you snack during the day as well?
Yeah, I do snack, but I try not to, only if I'm like really hungry or if I know I'm going to be like working out, going out somewhere. I'll snack on like maybe some like walnuts or like dried fruit or
Okay,
yeah.
good. How about you, Valley?
Well, I don't have the best diet, to be honest. So I also eat pretty much once a day, more so in the evening. Every now and then I'll eat breakfast, which is just like eggs, avocado, and yogurt. But most of the time I just have whatever I'm cooking for my toddler for dinner, and then like some trail mix during the day. So not the best diet. I'm here to learn more.
Okay. Well, let's switch gear to Gary because he's more his wife does the best diet control. So Gary, what do you eat during the day?
Well, thank goodness, whatever my wife offers me, that's what I eat. But we're on a keto diet and an intermittent fasting. So I was very impressed, Priya, with the things that you were saying. I'm glad there's no test at the end of this because I won't get it right. But so we do a keto diet, which is we try to eliminate all sugar, all carbs, and we try to stay off of those things. So that's worked for me and her. And then we do intermittent fasting. We like to separate meals between 16 and 17 hours.
Wow. Wow. And Gary, you are a runner. So folks, those who don't know Gary, he's a runner. So he runs minimum, between 5 to 10 miles?
I used to do a lot more. I'm only doing maybe 20 miles a week, 20 to 30 miles a week now.
Okay.
Only.
I know. So let's switch to Cynthia. Is she there?
Hi, thank you, Dr.
Hi.
Khanna.
What's your diet looks like in a day?
Recently I stopped eating all red meat and pork. I cut that out of my diet. So now I only eat yogurt in the morning, and then during the day I start eating fruit. And then for a big meal, I'll have salmon with green beans and any other vegetable. I changed my diet completely.
Okay. Well, everybody is sharing that, and Priya is counting all the amino acids we'll be having. So at the end, she's going to give everybody score. Okay. So so watch for that. Well, Idaho boy, what do you eat besides potatoes?
Well, I'll be honest, it's not the greatest either. Most of it starts with coffee. I love coffee, and I am the one who will go out and spend $5 or $8 on a morning cup of Joe. But other than that, I try to eat healthy. I try to reduce the amount of sugar I have, and I try to get in a lot of those potatoes. I work long shifts usually, and I work with caregiver clients usually feed me quite a bit. They don't let me go hungry. So I'm always having home cooked meals, fresh vegetables, great steaks, and a lot of cod.
Oh, nice,
But
nice,
it's
nice.
It,
How about our high school kids? Starts with Sahi. What do you eat, or do you eat anything?
I don't eat one meal a day like most of these people. I try to have 2 meals a day, just what works personally best for me. So for breakfast, maybe like some oatmeal. For lunch, whatever my mom made that day, and like a lighter lunch and like a little heavier dinner. So I just have 3 meals a day, and it's just what works best for me.
Well, we heard that you eat oatmeal. What are the other things you eat during lunch or dinner?
For lunch, I usually have like rice with whatever my mom made. And then for dinner, maybe like it's a variety of things. So
Or vegetable based, or
yeah, a lot of vegetables.
okay. How about you, Samu? You eat the same thing what Sahi eats, or
Yeah, we live in the same house, so I have a breakfast before going to school, then come back from school and have lunch and then dinner.
the same type of diet? Oatmeal.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, I love oatmeal, so I usually have that for breakfast or a slice of bread, depending on how much time I have in the morning.
Okay. Priya, what do you think that if somebody skips breakfast or lunch or dinner, like you said, you eat only one meal a day, does that really affect somebody's nutrition level?
I think it depends, if if you plan on skipping meals, or if you do skip a meal, you would have to kind of compensate for that later on in your other meals. It just depends. Like for some people, they function better, if they eat something in the morning. For some people like me, like it kind of it weighs me down, so I don't do it.
I didn't hear anybody talking about drinking water or drinking out of.
Yeah, very important. So it's important to take note that we need to drink whatever our weight is in pounds and ounces. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you have to drink 100 ounces of water every day.
Wow.
Very important.
Note of that.
Wait, I was always told it was like half our body weight in ounces.
Yeah, there's varying, everybody has kind of a different opinion, but like, that's what I've heard. And also there are also like recent studies that I've been reading that have been saying that you don't have to reach that kind of limit goal of like drinking all of your body weight in ounces. But I think you can tell when you've had enough and when you've kind of need more. So yeah, that's kind of what they suggest though.
Okay, so that's all about the nutrition level. How about balancing them? How does young adults know how to balance them? Everybody does not have what Priya just said. Maintaining 21 amino acids, this and that much water you have to do. That's I feel it's too much for me to count. I need somebody to kind of tell me every day that, I think that's why moms are there for. Lucky high school kids, those who are being fed every day by their mom. But without moms, without having a proper, even working moms can always do that. It's quite challenging. So this balancing and making plans, how can we do that? I'll jump, maybe the expert Priya, you can highlight a little bit to everybody that how they should plan and balance, planning and balancing realistically, because everybody has, those who are participants here, everybody are students. They have too much in their plate. And Jaime is a full-time worker, and Valley balancing between students, working, and raising a toddler. Gary, he's a, I don't know, what are you full-time, Gary? Maybe a full-time runner. So, but whatever, means Gary and myself, we are 24/7 working. So how do we balance this? How do we balance a diet and make a realistic plan? The word realistic plan is very much important. So Priya, can you highlight that, and then we all can chip in?
Yeah, I just want to say, by the way, if you're on a plant-based diet, that's only when you have to worry about the 21 amino acids. But if you're eating meat and fish, then you're fine. You don't have to worry about that. But so as far as setting a realistic plan, I think what helps me a lot is just meal prepping ahead of time. So like when I have a day off, I'll cook for the rest of the week and freeze it, and then just portion it out, and it just makes it a lot easier to like manage your time. And I think, that helps kind of avoiding like grabbing quick and easy things to eat that might be unhealthy, usually are unhealthy. And just as a general rule, I think we need to limit the amount of processed foods that we're eating, because they're not good for you. They're high in sodium, high in fat, high in a lot of sugars and processed carbs and whatnot. So it doesn't do your body any good. Yeah, but if you guys can go check our social media links, I did post actually a calorie calculator, so you can type in your weight, your activity level, your height, and your gender, and then it'll tell you actually how many calories you need per day, and then you can kind of base your diet off of that. It'll help a lot.
So do you think it is very essential to have different type of minerals balance in your body every day, or does it? Because the reason I'm asking you these questions, Priya, so that the participants, and most of the participants, as they say, are students. So that means what? They are remembering. That means what? That means their brain cells need to function well. So if you don't have a proper diet, if you don't have a proper nutrition in your diet, then the brain is not going to work. Doesn't matter how much you study. You study 24/7 without going to bed, without going to bathroom, without going to anything. Okay, I want to study because tomorrow is a test. I need to pass. But you can't pass because you couldn't remember anything. And the reason you didn't remember, because you didn't have a balanced diet. So please do not take this workshop, the whole purpose of this workshop, to give you a little highlight on the value of the nutrition in your diet, balancing your diet. Don't take it lightly, because last episode we spoke about sleep. Don't take sleep lightly. Don't take nutrition lightly, because this is a very important thing. We are functioning because of having proper food. What is the purpose of you studying? What is the purpose of going to work? What is the purpose? So that we can earn money. Why do we earn money? So that we can have nice food. You can have a beautiful palace, but if you don't have a beautiful food, the palace means nothing. So we got to take care of our nutrition, our diet. So that's the whole purpose of this workshop, especially with all of you young, because everything starts from the childhood only. Don't think, oh, you know what, let me finish this exam, let me finish this high school, then I'm going to jump into, you know what? No, don't do that. Because if you have a balanced diet, if you have a balanced nutrition, if you have a realistic plans, then what's going to happen? You'll have a good SAT score. You can go to a good college. You can be a doctor, engineer, whatever you're planning to be, journalist, or a work, whatever you are, you can be good. Why? Because your body is functioning properly. Your metabolism is there. So take this, very, very seriously about your diet. Don't neglect it. Don't skip a diet. If you skip a diet, do it based on a plan. It's not that, okay, I want to lose weight, that's why I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to eat this because I'm going to no. Everybody will have a good body if you just follow a realistic plan. And we cannot do the realistic plan here in this workshop, but like Priya said, go to our social media, you can see the calculator. Based on that, if you want to reach out any of us, we will be glad to point out to the right people who can give you a good realistic plan. And and today's world, everything is available online. You can find out what is the realistic plan, balanced diet, this thing. But please do think about having a proper realistic plan and proper diet and balanced diet. That's important. That's the whole purpose of our Inspire. This particular episode's workshop was to give a proper nutrition and proper diet thing. Anybody wants to jump in and talk a little bit about that? Valley, it looks like because you are a healthcare person, could you give some light on it?
Sure. So I just wanted to say first that the calculator is on twitter.com/Khanna4kids, just so you know which URL to find. But I'm one to not like leftovers. So the meal prepping, it does not work for me. So instead I meal plan so that I avoid getting takeout. So that helps me stick to a healthier diet, at least for dinner. So that's what I do. And I also just saw like online this last week that people do like inventory of their like pantry and refrigerator. So I thought that was really smart because then you know what you have so that you can better plan for your meals instead of like overbuying and just buying random ingredients.
All right. Well, I know, Sahi, you have to go, and thank you for participating. But before you go, could you tell what did you learn today from this workshop?
I learned that there's different things that work for everyone. There's not a right or wrong answer for your diet and your nutrition. Just make sure you get all the needed nutrients and base ingredients that you need, and whatever works best for your schedule is what's important.
Just stick to the schedule, whatever works for you. That's good. Sai, thank you very much again for joining, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Samu, you want to? The thing switched. Samu, what do you think about realistic plan? I know you are stepping into a career that is a college you are going, and it will be a big challenge for you having maintaining a realistic plan on your diet. How would you manage it?
For me personally, if I don't have a good meal, I just can't focus on anything. So personally, I always have to make sure I have a breakfast, lunch, and have a dinner. So I try to always since I'm plant-based, I'm vegetarian, so mostly I get a lot of vegetables in my diet. So for me, what works for me is making sure I eat 3 meals a day so I can focus on my studies. That's what I do.
Excellent. Good point. That's what exactly we are saying. All of you are students. In order to have a good concentration, good focus, you definitely need a good, realistic diet plan. How about you, Saranthia? How are you managing with your realistic plan?
I go shopping for myself. So when I shop for like a week. So I buy yogurt. So I always have an extra thing of yogurt. So if I don't have a meal to eat today, I'll eat yogurt for the whole day. Plus I'm fasting too to try to detox my body. So my meal plan is basically yogurt and fish
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Jaime, we didn't want to lose you. I know you are in the middle of your working schedule and all these things. So, I know, and you also said that your clients feed you a lot, but is that the clients maintain your realistic meal plan, or do you maintain it?
I do my best to maintain it, and more often than not, my girlfriend packs me a lunch that has just about every daily dietary you need. Um, she kind of keeps me on it. If she sees me walking out the door with a soda, she tells me to think twice about that one. But I've just about completely cut out all fast food. I'm trying to eat more healthy, more local grown stuff. I'm trying to just get rid of all the processed foods. But I'm trying to be more aware of what I'm eating. I might eat quite a bit or a little, but I'm still eating things that are healthy for me. And
Excellent.
I'm just
Good.
doing my best to at least eat healthy.
Yeah, stay out of fast food. Definitely. I'm not here to go against all the fast food places. Nowadays, fast foods are also balancing their nutrition in their products, and they are becoming more nutritionist food. So, I am not discouraging anybody or any business that we are not promoting, only healthy food. But you need to define what is healthy food, and you need to define how to balance it. So I see the summary here. Valley did a good job. Drink water, a lot of water. Try to avoid processed sugar fed juice. Try to avoid that, because corn syrup, high fructose, all these things are really bad for you. So concentrate on water, spring water if you can. And then, like Jaime said, he's lucky that, he has a girlfriend who packs the meal. So maybe, Jaime's girlfriend can pack everybody meals and send it, and so yes, prep a meal. That could be a good business, Jaime, for your girlfriend. Uh, Start healthy diet young. Yes, I think Valley is doing a good job by raising her kid and giving the healthy diet from the day one itself. That's we need to stick to that, and then stick to a schedule that works for you. Absolutely, stick to a schedule. Because everything starts from discipline. You got to discipline yourself. Don't eat breakfast at 10 p.m. Okay, that's the only advice I can give you. Don't start your day at 10 p.m. That's the reason why it says breakfast. That means you break fast after fasting your night meal and in the morning. Otherwise, breakfast could be, it could be sweet. We could start dinner in the morning 6 a.m. and breakfast at 10 p.m. That's not the case.
I have
And
one more thing to add to this list. Actually, it's important.
yes.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about peak bone mass. That basically means, so as we're growing until we reach our late 20s, our body's able to kind of repair and replace bone tissue. And as we age, it reaches a limit. So it's important while we're still young to make sure we're getting enough calcium and vitamin D, which most people, in this North America actually aren't getting enough vitamin D just because of the angle that the sun hits where we're at. So it's really important to supplement with vitamin D and make sure you're getting enough calcium and other nutrients so that you can have a high peak bone mass, because that means that when you're older, you'll be less prone to fractures if you have a fall and stuff like that. So
Wow.
exercise also.
Gary, you want to highlight that? I think.
Yes, I do. I love that peak bone mass. So we're talking about reaching your summit. Get to the peak. Get to the peak of having your bones set. As you get older, it's very important. So reach the summit and with peak bone mass. Thank you, Priya.
No, thank you very much. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I would like to thanks to Priya and Valley for bringing this topic, wonderful topic, and Gary definitely. Please look forward for because Gary at he's only 25 and he's still maintaining his running 20 miles a week. Wow.
30 maybe, yeah.
Maybe 20 to 30 miles a week he runs. That's
not a lot. I used to run 100, so.
Wow. Okay. Well, at least maybe I can start 1 mile a week.
Try walking. It's fine. Walking is good also.
Okay. Half a mile a week. We start with a half a mile a week. We can do that. But again, guys, please be serious about your diet. That's very important. Drink water. Like Priya said, you got to have vitamin D. You got to have all the vitamins, not only D and calcium and everything. Make sure you balance everything, whatever you have. Don't exceed. Otherwise, sometimes you'll be having gouts. Sometimes you'll have a lot of other things. So balancing is very important. So balance your diet. When you eat, try to avoid. Yes, you can cheat. We did not speak in this workshop. We didn't speak about cheating, okay? Because I love pizza, and I'm sure a lot of people here, those who hate pizza. Who all hate pizza here on the show?
I don't eat pizza.
You don't eat pizza?
I don't like it, no.
Oh, you don't like it? Wow. Wow, okay. Anybody else don't like pizza here? Sarintha, you don't like pizza?
No, I love pizza.
Okay.
I get the keto pizza. It tastes better. But I've never really liked pizza.
Okay, when I mean cheating, I'm talking about real food, not cauliflower-based flour, not quinoa flour, not all, it is real, real thing, which is the real Italian or Gary is Italian, and so pizza, spaghettis and all this thing, whatever. You can cheat once, once a week you can cheat. You can, put that in your realistic plan. Maybe once a week. Don't do once a day though. Okay, make it once a week. So anyway, I think we covered a lot in this workshop. We can keep on talking, but we don't have time. Again, I really want to thank Jaime for joining, Samu for joining, Saranthia, three of you. I really thank you for constantly joining. And Jaime, this is your second time. I know you came once for the sunrise long time ago. I would love you to be back one day. You can contact Gary and Saranthia for that. But again, thank you again. Priya.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna, and thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts on the importance of nutrition in this week's workshop of Inspire Your Best Life. We hope you were able to take something away from today's session and are a little closer to finding your own personal summit. Stay tuned for season 12 next week, where we'll talk about the importance of exercise. And please make sure to visit Dr. Khanna's website, returntoyouth.com, to hear more about the most recent initiative that's been launched for post-incarcerated young adults. You can also view all of the past training videos for this series at inspireyourbestlife.com. In addition, please don't hesitate to reach out for any questions, concerns, or comments at contactk.com. Thank you and have an amazing day, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.